Hello Seekers, welcome to another episode on Punneits Astrology. This is about Mars's journey, a very short video. Mars is about to cross the Gandanta of Scorpio and Sagittarius, and till 11th of December, Mars will be crossing the Scorpio Sagittarius Jyeshta's 4th pada, and Mars has already entered the Jyeshta's 4th pada. It is in the Gandanta pada of Scorpio and it will move to Mula Nakshatra's 1st pada. I will make two videos in detail, Mars transit in Mula Nakshatra and Mars transit in the sign of Sagittarius. So subscribe so that you get notifications. Some extra updates will come after this video on my Divine Circle platform, and I am going to introduce moon transit videos on the Divine Circle membership on YouTube as well as on Patreon. So a lot more videos are coming there. Subscribe the membership also. Now, with Mars trying to cross the boundary of Scorpio and Sagittarius, and with Venus in Anuradha Nakshatra watching all this happening, this can be a time where you might experience that planets are little angry, little agitated, your energies are all over the place, you are scared, and especially people who have Cancer Mars, that means Mars which is debilitated, may feel mood swings, emotional ups and downs, and lot of volatility. Mars, when it crosses the Gandanta, can actually tear up the fabric of that you have built for so long, and because it is moving from Jyeshta to Mula, it can force you to rethink and go back to the drawing board. Now this Mars do have an aspect of Jupiter for a couple of days, but on 5th, Jupiter will also move away into the sign of Gemini, Gemini being 8th from Mars, and therefore this is going to force you to rethink on a lot of factors of life, especially on matters related to health. The most important factor will be sustainability. So a lot of you are going to focus more on how to sustain something rather than create something. And this is going to continue for a couple of weeks. This can be a major time where a lot of people can evaluate your situation and re-evaluate, re-emphasize on many factors, good in some cases, waste of time in some cases. Now people who are running Mars Mahadasha, who are Aries and Scorpio ascendant or moon sign, who are born in Jyeshta or Mula Nakshatra, who has major planets in the sign of Scorpio, or who is running Mars Chardasha, that means Aries or Scorpio Chardasha, is definitely affected mostly by this Mars transit. Now with the Mars crossing the Gandanta, this also shows unnecessary responsibilities, unnecessary commitments, you getting entangled, your energy getting wasted a lot, and because of this volatility, you are unable to find direction. But if you have a strong Mars, you might get in the knee-jerk reaction, you might say something, you might do something in a fit of a moment where you might regret that later on. So be very mindful of your actions. The more you have restrained, the better your life will be. The more you try to, rush towards something, the worse it will be. For Aries, this can be an 8th house energy shift. This can be a very volatile time for you. Time of major transformation is ahead. Be very careful when you're making a real estate investment at this point of time. For Taurus, this can be marriage-related challenges that may come in your case. Business-related challenge also may come in your case, so be careful there. 7th house also indicates whatever you see around you, and that can cause some setbacks, so be careful. For Gemini, this is more about health, this is more about fighting all the odds, and this can make you feel a little more tired with all the fighting, all the hard work that you're doing. Keep your pace correct. This is a marathon, not a sprint. For Cancer zodiac sign, this is Mars moving from 5th house to 6th house. This is your preparation for the future war. This is good for competitive examination, but you may over-prepare something, you may carry extra burden, and that is definitely not going to help. So you need to make yourself more leaner, you need to have minimalistic approach, but carry all the essentials. This is a spiritual and ideological war. For Leo, this is going to be a 4th house Mars moving into the 5th house. This can create real estate challenges, flat property related fights in home, and can create volatile situation between brothers, especially related to matters of inheritance. Be careful. For Virgo, this is going to be a hyperactive Mars, and so people with ADHD, people with attention issues, people with anxiety, should be very careful. This can make you do a lot of things all at once. For Libra, this is going to be a Mars which can rattle your finances, which can make you feel a little insecure. You may overspend, or you may have a demand that cannot be fulfilled with your current wealth or with the current setup in the family. This can create war. This can create fighting like situation. This can create a kind of a desire that puts you back on the drawing board, and you will try to figure out how you will achieve your dream. If you can calculate it well, good. If you are shooting in the dark, well, it's a bad thing. For Scorpio, Mars is moving away from the first house to the second house. Still it is combust, but Gandanta shows underlying hidden volatility. This can create a lot of volcanic eruptions throughout the world. For Scorpio, this is a time where you will have to show maximum patience, because your anger will be boiling from inside. For Sagittarius, this is the 12th house to first house Mars. This is the time when all your learnings, all your experience will come into play. This is the time to isolate yourself, focus on yoga, pranayama and sadhana, and spend less. For Capricorn, this is going to be an 11th house Mars going to the 12th house and can create unnecessary experiments, expenses. You may end up selling few of your properties, but if that's what you want, good for you. But overall, your expenses will be high. Your gain will convert into losses if you don't take care of it. No speculative investment without proper planning. For Aquarius, this is going to be a career-related change. A knee-jerk reaction in your career can ruin your reputation. 10th house Mars going into the 11th house on one side is good for your money, good for gains, but it can also create fight among peers, among people who are at same designation. So be careful. And for Pisces, this is going to be 9th house Mars going into the 10th house. It's more karmic in nature. It's a Mars that is more volatile with your belief system. People are going to question what you believe. Do not react. If you want to respond, it should be proper, legal, lawful, polite, humble response. So that was all about Mars crossing the Gandanta. More analysis, some warning signs are now available. I'm going to say that in my Divine Circle platform. That is an astrology community I'm building. That is for exclusive astrology enthusiasts. See you there. Having a Kundali in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that, you can book a Kundali PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts, but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundali PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundali PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website.